What is going on, guys? It is the Spider Pumpkin here, and today I'm going to be showing you a little DayZ gameplay. But unfortunately, capturing the gameplay was kind of a fail in a way. In that I set it to record 740 by 480 to fit my screen, but it just went to like 1900 something to like 120 or whatever the resolutions are, whatever the resolution settings are. But yeah, so this is the resolution it is at, and I needed DayZ gameplay, and this is what I had, and it is kind of unfortunate that this is the only one that is messed up, and I'll try and be a little more cautious about how I set the settings, and in any way I'll just try and if I do any more DayZ gameplay, I'll make sure to change the settings in every way I can, and that should fix it. But anyways, you might be wondering why I'm playing DayZ, and I have two sort of reasons why I'm playing DayZ. One is that people think that DayZ is kind of like sort of a failed game in a way that you can't sort of, that it's just like you don't really get to an end goal in the game. It's just like you sort of play the game, and then most people get burnt out just because you always have to restart, get all your stuff again, restart if you die, and if you do survive and you do get all the loot, and that you get everything you want, and you are pretty much done with the game, or in that you can die again and then get all your loot again, or you can just like pretty much nothing else, because if you have everything you want, like let's say you wanted all this gear and like this certain type of gun with this like spec on it, with like whatever you wanted, and with like a Mosin with the scope, and so you can snipe people, and that once people get it and they try to have a little fun with it, it gets burnt out, and they don't like to play the game anymore. And one way to avoid this situation is to not play DayZ like you would a survival game, in the way that since it is alpha and there isn't too much of a challenge, getting to that end goal is a lot easier, because you can just do exactly what I'm doing, and just hopping from this one sort of like, what would you call it, like airfield? Yeah, that's what it is, an airstrip or air base, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure it's called an airstrip in the game. But once you do that, you can just find a smaller server and get everything you want, and then go into a bigger server. And sometimes I think you can only share your character between two different servers, but I'm not completely positive. And like I said, you can do all the stuff, get all your loot really easily without having any trouble, because the zombies won't kill you. And there's not too many of them. As you can see, I only killed one, and that's pretty much. I think I'll kill like a couple other. But yeah, you don't want to play this game like you would think a survival game. You would want to play it like Grand Theft Auto. You might be wondering why Grand Theft Auto, and for one is that Grand Theft Auto, GTA 5. In like more, to be more specific, is a free roam game where you can do whatever you want, drive your cars and go wherever you want. And that's the same thing with DayZ. You don't have any missions unless you play on certain servers. You don't have any sort of to do, like there's no campaign, so you don't have to like follow that and always be occupied. You kind of have to make your own activities, and one way to do that is to mess around like you would playing GTA 5 with your friends. And you can go into these giant servers where you'll never get the loot you want, but you'll be sort of like these sort of new spawns all the time. And if you're not too competitive at this game, you can just mess around with like nothing, and let's say you want to go box someone, you can go find some random guy with like a 40-man server, and just go find someone and then just try and beat them up. And that is a way to make not GTA 5, DayZ a lot more fun, and to sort of brighten up your view on the game, instead of just focusing on getting loot and sort of, if you did get the loot, you could just, like most people would just kill other people, like play a certain role, like being a hero or a bandit in the game, and or I don't know, just kind of, actually that's the only sort of roles you can play in DayZ, but being those roles, or as you can see, there's a zombie on the ground. It really freaked me out, and since I was drinking my Sprite or whatever, I did decide to hit it. So I'm gonna take out my axe and hit it, and like I said, once you get all your gear, you can play a role in the game, and eventually that will be boring, and what you really need is sort of like a group of friends to play with, or just one friend. You can mess around, like in the DayZ mod there is cars, so you can like go try and run over people, and that does seem like a trolling thing to do, but it kind of makes the game fun for you, and it might not make the game fun for anyone else, but sort of try and not like abuse or exploit like your fun you're having, and try not to ruin the game for everyone, because sometimes they might be doing they might want to get every gear and then have a different approach on how to play it, and so try not to try and kill, like be a troll and just kill everyone you see, and that's no fun for anyone really. I mean, it might be fun for you, but then you kind of just get in the way of how everyone enjoys the game, and pretty much it won't be as fun if you know that people are kind of having trouble with the game, and you will kind of get a guilty feeling, like I just ruined this kid, but anyways, like you're gonna want to play the game like GTA 5, and in that way just do every random thing you can. Like if you just sort of, if you guys watch SpongeBob, there's like maybe you guys do, I don't know, but I did, and there is a character called Larry, and he has this saying in one of the episodes where he says live like Larry, and that's pretty much YOLO back when SpongeBob was, and that's pretty much what he was saying. And if you live like Larry, because I don't want to be YOLO hipster kind of person, I'm gonna use live like Larry. Just pretty much risk everything you have, because like what's the point of having all this good gear? You're just gonna be like this one, like a situation where you're just hiding all the time and afraid of being sick, so you live in a box for 100 years, let's say. I kind of switched the topic. I'll have a better transition. Let's put it this way. You are a person and you decide that you want to live really long, so you lock yourself in a box and you don't die for 100 years. Now what's the point of that? You weren't able to do anything with your life. You just literally sat in a box your whole life. What's the point of living for so long if you don't get to make the most out of it? That's pretty much what in DayZ, like what's the point of having all this good gear if you can't use it, or have the feeling of losing all of it? And that's what'll make it fun for you guys if you're having troubles getting back into the game, or if you decide you wanted to play and you're just like, no, I don't want to, it seems like a boring game. I would recommend everyone to try it out, because as long as you have one other friend, just one other person to play with, you can make this game a lot more fun. And it's what it's been like for me, like ever since I had a couple other friends join PC. I was able to enjoy this game a little bit more, and I actually wasn't enjoying the standalone just because it was running pretty poorly, and I thought my computer was just lagging behind, but it was actually the servers, and I was trying to connect to the lowest lowest ping servers, so I was trying to get into ones with like 20, and those were still doing pretty bad, and I knew it was lag because I would skip everywhere, and actually I wouldn't skip everywhere, I would just like kind of move really slowly and just keep rubber banding everywhere. If you're skipping places, that's kind of a frame rate issue. But anyways guys, the video is about to end, and I hope you guys get into DayZ soon, and anyways guys, I'll see you in the good one.